Yeah, hi guys, it's Jimmy here, and today I wanted to do a review and a basic comparison for this Seiko 5 here, just as a everyday tool watch. Obviously the values of these watches are extremely different. So we've got the Seiko, which is in the few $100 range, the Tudor Pelagos, which is in the $4,000 to $5,000 range, and the Submariner, which is above 10,000. I'm speaking in Australian dollars, of course. But we won't worry too much about that. It's just first we'll just go through a bit of a review with this watch. I've been wearing it for nearly a week and working it pretty hard actually. You can actually tell by the state of my hands. I've been doing a bit of physical labour in the last week, been working in my garden actually, and I've kept this on the whole time. Haven't babied it, but have not been on purpose rough to try and destroy it or anything. So the bracelet's a little marked up in a few spots, just a bit scuffed and everything. I only took it off one time, and that's because I was operating a hammer drill and it was shaking quite violently, so I thought, not to damage the movement, I'll just take it off. Seeing as it's only a few days old, I thought I don't want to ruin it. But I mean, it very well could have put up with that, who knows. But size wise, I think they're stating that these are 42 millimeters. But I'll tell you what, when you put it next to a Submariner, I don't know, it looks 40 mil to me. I haven't measured it, but it just feels like it's 40 millimeter. Wears very much like a Submariner. They are very much weighted. Almost can't distinguish which one's heavier. Maybe the Seiko, maybe a little bit more weight, I'm not sure. But wears exactly like a Submariner. Very balanced. The watch case is not too heavy. The bracelet would be nice if Seiko tapered the bracelet, and so that way you end up with a much smaller clasp. It is big, although it doesn't feel uncomfortable. It is really is super comfortable on the wrist. It just does feel like you're wearing a Submariner. The accuracy is 15 seconds a day, so it's 15 seconds fast a day, I should say, which is not all that bad. I mean, I'd probably adjust it once a week and probably put it back 30 or 45 seconds slow, so that by the end of the week it's not all that fast. But also I may end up trying to regulate this watch. I've done it before with pretty good success, so we might give that a go. Love the dial color, the bezel action. It's not very loud. It's 120 clicks, but the detent's just right. You need a little bit of pressure to operate it, but not not really squeezing it. Whereas I've had a turtle that I wore before this, a Seiko turtle, and the bezel was far too hard to operate. Very heavy, when your hands are dry, it would slip. It doesn't matter how much you squeeze it, just tend not to go. And with the turtle, the case has got so much metal in it, it's very heavy, sort of awkward when you're wearing it, a bit uncomfortable. Whereas this, it's a real winner. I really enjoy it. Got the display case back like many of the new ones now. I mean, that's great for getting people interested in mechanical watches. There's nothing exceptional to look at, but it did a great workhorse movement. I won't go through all the reference numbers and caliber numbers. I don't know them off by heart, but it is they've upgraded the movement. It's manual. It can be manually wound, and it hacks also. but this model doesn't have the screw down crown, no screw down crown, so it is only 100 meter water resistant. But I'm not diving, I just work out in the elements, so that's plenty of water resistance for anything that I'm going to do. Obviously that's the major difference between this and any of the professional divers, that the Pelagos is 500 meters, the Submariner is 300 meters. And I've got this vintage over here. This one here was my father's watch. I had it thrown in the drawer, I just dug it up because it is the same case shape, so I'm guessing these are, I think they're SKX. Let me know if I'm wrong. So it's a 200 meter diver. I think it has the same sort of base movement because it does hack and hand wind, but it's got the screw down crown. It's on a rubber strap, this one. It's quite old, the rubber has gone really stiff. It's like plastic. So the dial has been greatly improved over the years. Case back on this, got quite a nice case back. Forgive me guys, I don't know much about this, I just know it was my old man's, and I don't think he wore it much because the condition's very good. I think I can remember him wearing it, I'm just not certain. But it is running very fast, so I think he may have magnetized it somehow. But it does all work, everything works, just running very, very quick. You'll see how fast the second hand's going. It's way too quick. Anyhow, that's enough about that one. So I've told you what I like and dislike. The only thing, like I said, that I dislike is the actual bracelet, and it's only for the aesthetic. It'd be nice if it was tapered. It is comfortable. It only has those push pins. I don't know how long they'll last, but you know, $400 price point. I mean, how much can you expect really? It is, as long as it's comfortable and you know, the watch is functional. Yeah, it's a great piece. The lume is actually amazing. I don't know how many hours it lasts, but I must admit sometimes during the day, because I'm out in the sunlight, so it gets charged quite well, and you might walk into a darker shed or something and the dial just really glows well. Obviously I don't think it would last anywhere near as long as a Rolex lume, but it's great nonetheless. So obviously the Rolex can go deeper. It's very accurate, and the movement is, you know, you can't compare the movements really, but just out of satisfaction of wearing the piece, I enjoy both. I know I've only had this about a week, but I'm going to try and get it a bit more accurate, and I think I'll be wearing this every day for quite a while. And whereas the Rolex, I wouldn't even attempt to do a lot of the jobs I do with this on, just out of fear of damaging it. Anyway, what else is there to say, guys? I should put them on the wrist and we'll have a look at them. The Tudor Pelagos, 500 meters. I actually have worn this watch quite a lot at work. It's held up really well. The titanium actually holds up really well. Here's the Seiko 5 Sports. Just imagine it with a tapered bracelet. It looked great. I know a lot of guys mod them, so they change them and everything, but I'm not really interested in doing that. And the Rolex Submariner HULK, 300 meter water resistance. I think this is how Seiko should taper their bracelets, just like that.